Welcome to how to get ready for our vortex. So after each vortex, I share a post on Instagram of what happened, what was my experience, and I would love you to share your experience also. I love to hear your stories each time. So our first intention is to keep our body as still as possible for the whole session of an hour, 15, an hour, 30 minutes. It is okay to move if there's a lot of energy and then we can just let it pass. Sometimes it shake the body, but then our intention is to go back into stillness. Like this, we keep a strong connection. But also, what is very important is like if we feel like okay, there's a part of the body that is itchy or in pain, well, we just observe it. We are in control of the body. It's not the body that master the mind; it's the mind that master the body. So let's say I'm itchy here, right? And then I was like, it's I just want to like go and scratch. Instead, I just observe it. I give love to it, and then slowly it's gonna fade away because nothing lasts in the universe. So we're gonna be passing 5 minutes chakra per chakra from the root all the way to the eighth chakra, creating the fractals of coherence. I'm gonna show right after. The root is going down into Mother Earth, and then the crown is going up into the ether, and they are both merging into the higher heart. And the other chakra have their feminine in front and masculine in the back. They are shooting energy, and each are different densities, different dimension of life. Each has their own layer in our energy body. So the chakra, they are actually torus field. Everything in the universe is a torus field. For example, also every word that I speak is a torus field that I shoot. It's like the frequency that is made of the duality, the south and the north, the negative and the positive. So there's a torus field. Let's say if we take the heart that shoot in front and come back all around, entering the back of our heart, and through intention, we can decide to shoot the torus field in front, or we can decide to absorb the torus field to receive. So if I want to receive love, I'm going to reverse the torus field entering my heart. If I want to send love, I'm going to have the intention to send this way, right? Shooting in front. And then the whole torus field of the body is made of the root and the crown, taking the whole energy field, right? Every cell in the body has its own torus field. Every organ, everything has its own torus field. And our intention is to visualize first and then embody these torus field that shoot fractal of coherence. So a frequency is not a line, it's a sacred geometry pattern that is everywhere in nature, in the universe. So here on the right bottom, we can see 432 is in coherence and 440 is in separation. So most of the time in this third density reality, we live in separation. But when we go in meditation or presence, we want to go back into the oneness. So the way we do this is by creating the coherence pattern. So if I create a coherence pattern in my root, I visualize the torus field shooting down, and then it's pulsating every moment a coherence pattern. And then I'm going to start feeling that pulsation in my root. I'm going to start feeling that boiling sensation in all the cells in my legs. And then slowly, all this is going to heat up. It's going to become a bit like fiery. It's going to become warm. And then slowly, if we do this chakra per chakra, we start opening our channels and we start vibrating faster. All the body, all the chakra is vibrating in coherence. We start sweating. We start releasing anything that is not coherent anymore. So all the negative emotion or any type of negative energy. So it can be a cord, a loop. It can be a AI. It can be a dark being. Whatever it is, it's gonna start trying to move. And if our level of consciousness is a bit lower, then the body is not ready. The nervous system is not ready. So we might shake a lot to help the body to release. Right. We can also use after the meditation. the emotion code and ask in muscle testing, what was that pain that I felt during the meditation? And then by assessing it with the emotion code to find the emotion, find the age, find its link to who, which person, which event, then we bring up in the surface what was stuck in the subconscious, and that releasing process start. So after doing the current chakra per chakra until the eighth, which is 2 feet above the soul chakra, we're gonna visualize our Merkaba. So there's one first pyramid, the feminine, and one reverse pyramid, the masculine. They merge together, and they are spinning, um, the feminine one way and the masculine the other way. And that's what creates the torus field, right? And when our spine is fully aligned, chest open, neck long, and then we're sitting up, right? That's why we're sitting up. We can feel the string of the spine here with the perfect alignment that we can see on the photo on the right here. And it creates a tunnel that is about this side. And then this tunnel is is our gateway to receive prana from the universe. So we become a clear channel to embody more of the oneness. So we're gonna be feeling this at the eighth chakra, the Merkaba and the funnel right in the middle of the two pyramids. Also, in some vortex, we might feel the two torus fields. So there's one torus field that we can visualize of the seventh chakra that goes up, right? That do my energy body, and then at the eighth, I can visualize that there's a reverse torus field that enters the first one. So so like this motion of the first one out and then the second one in the first one is creating um, a sense of zero gravity. And this is how the um, higher dimensional spaceship they work. Through this, we are escaping space time. And that's how it looks like. If the Merkaba is spinning fully, and then we are feeling the two torus field, we are having a sense of this kind of like spaceship saucer feel of light around us, and this is super hard to reach that level. This is from the teaching of Drumvalo Melchizedek, and yeah, it's those are all potential. But as we start visualizing this, it start activating more and more, and it's gonna be a practice that we're gonna integrate in our life. At that point, we're gonna start feeling a lot of fire energy, a lot of heat, a lot of release, and we're gonna be vibrating super fast. We're gonna feel like Goku. We're gonna feel like a superhero. In Summit Station, we're gonna feel the nothingness of the universe, the void, that feels like a black hole. And actually, in every torus field, there's a black hole, and each black hole in the universe, this has been proven, has this donut shape around, made of energy. It has its own torus field. So that means that every cell in our body has its own black hole nothingness. Every chakra has its own black hole nothingness. So in the vortex that we're going to be feeling the nothingness of the universe, right? The universe that is made of everything and nothing, right? Before the Big Bang, this kind of like black void that we feel that we are floating in, we're going to be feeling it in the middle of our heart. But at the same time, we're going to be feeling it in all the cells. And the sensation that it does is like it's almost like we are removing every piece of the matter, and then we become nothing, floating in nothing. And it's not my body that is like kind of like floating in space. It's really like I am awareness in nothing that is floating in nothing. That is the sensation. And when we do this later in the meditation, after raising our frequency chakra per chakra, we really can lose ourselves into the quantum field. At the beginning of each meditation, we're going to take 5 minutes to bring attention into the pineal gland, which is our antenna for uh, receiving and communicating with higher realms. In the book The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, Drumvalo explained that in the time of Atlantis, our pineal gland was the size of a ping pong ball. It was actually an eye, but inside of the brain that was able to cap other frequencies that was literally like seeing. But because we stopped using it, it shrink. Now it's the size of the tip of my finger. But as more that we bring attention to it, more we put energy into it, right? Because where attention goes, energy goes. So slowly it's gonna start expanding. You can visualize that it's almost erecting, and for me, I visualize it start erecting, and then it start being like filled of white and golden light, and then slowly it start like lighting up a light bulb. When that happened, the amygdala, the inside of the brain start being super hot, and again we can feel it like right in the middle. It's like it's burning hot, and then it's like a pine cone, like a pine cone like close, and then the pine cone opening, and each spike of the pine cone are shooting strings of energy out from the side of the brain and then going up into the eighth chakra. So it creates this kind of light bulb all over the head. In reality, it looks like that. Like the pineal gland has little air that look like sea creature that start moving from left to right. And inside we have crystals that allow us to connect with the DMT and have those psychedelic experiences. And those images that you see of ascended masters or even Egyptian deities is the sun behind their head is this light bulb of the pineal gland shooting light all around and then creating kind of like this radio receiver. And when we combine them with a full blown kundalini awakening, then that's is the enlightenment state. We start using this kind of like sun around our head to see and feel every dimension, every reality, every timeline. But we don't need to start feeling the full enlightenment state. We can start like visualizing those things and have some glimpse of that, right? In some meditation we might feel the threefold flame, which is the flame of the central sun, right, of the one infinite creator. It's right in the middle of the heart, so it's made of this golden flame in the middle, which represent um, the solar plexus. We have also the blue flame on the left, represent the throat, and then the pink flame, which represent the heart. And then we visualize it right in the middle of the heart center, and then we visualize that it starts spinning, and slowly it starts creating a tornado of rainbow flame, which embody all the colors, all the rays of the creator. And then slowly we can expand this flame between the solar plexus and the throat, and then between the sacral and the third eye, and between the root and the crown, and then embodying all our energy field. Also, in some meditation, we might feel the uncontrolled love that is behind the thymus gland. So more and more that we clean our energy field, more and more that we expand the consciousness of our chakra, more that we are removing layers, right? And slowly we are opening up to this pink diamond that is about this side. It's right, there's a bone here right between your throat and your heart center. There's a bone, and behind this bone there's the thymus gland. So the thymus gland is that is it is the core of the unconscious of pink diamond, the merge of the white light and then the red light, right? The feminine masculine. Most likely this won't happen to you, but like to have a full blown Kundalini awakening, we need to overcome the dark side of the feminine, which is represented as the goddess Kali. And when she enters our root, our legs, it's a fire that moves super fast out of nowhere. It really surprises you, and it's a fire that is it's not like it's not hot. It's really like burning your skin. It's like it's destruction, it's rage, and it's moving super fast. So the moment that if this happened, we need to really like keep it down at the root and the sacral and just observe it. The first time that me happened, it moved so fast, took me out of surprise, and it went all the way to the throat and it choked me. And then I was like, ah, and then I felt physically I was dying and I was about to pass out. And then I took some big breath, open my eyes, and then I get out of this experience. It was super super scary, and then after that it started coming back over and over again. And now I've been keeping it down and just trying to understand it. what we need to understand is this is a feminine that has been raped, almost like a woman that has been raped sexually, has been raped from his um, pure essence, and it's a feminine that didn't have the will, that doesn't have the will to speak anymore. That's why she wants to cut the throat of the masculine. And so what we need to do is we need to bring a mature divine masculine from above, and then bring it down, and then let it see what it let it accept the dark side of the feminine. And then slowly, as we understand the existence of the dark feminine, and then we hold space with the divine masculine, we can transmute that energy, and then apparently it transmuted to a gold honey that is moving through all the energy center with the kundalini that that is exploding in the third eye, that create the the light bulb, and then after that exploding into the crown that creates the 1000 lotus flower, right? It's like the sensation of like a full blonde white and rainbow thousand flower with lotus flower with thousands of petals, right? So the kundalini is almost like a, it's like a root of a little flower going through all the energy centers and then blooming this beautiful flower that open us up to everything. In the vortex, there's always dark beings. Sometimes there's dark spirit. Some call them flyers. They might come from the underworld, as our fourth dimension here on Earth is full of them since Atlantis time, because they did a synthetic Merkaba to try to create another universe outside of this universe, but this is illegal, and it probably create the the Triangle of Bermuda, and apparently it's still there in the ocean, and this is opening the gates of the realms, and then there's those spirits from the underworld that is lost here in the third dimension, third density, and they're just trying to look for bodies. There's also dark beings that don't want us to do those vortex. So we don't need to be afraid of all those things. We need to accept them. We need to send love to them. If we keep our heart open and then we keep our coherence, our resonance, they're gonna stay very far, because they cannot come to someone with their heart open. Because if they would do so, it would deparalyze them. It would hurt them. They would almost like die. It's outside of their reality. They can be looking from afar, right? But they would never come in your energy field. And then if maybe like you close your heart and then you feel that there's some beings that came, you can just say, I don't consent in your mind, right? And then in the future, if you feel that you need to transmute some dark energy, some dark beings in your body, you can use the emotion code to ask, is there an emotion that is linked to a being that is living from this emotion in my body, or is there a being in my body, whatever, with muscle testing, and then through this we bring it up into the surface, and then we can transmute it. So at one point in the vortex, we're going to be meeting on top of a location. Most of the time, we meet on top of the Great Pyramid. The best way to do this, it ease the mind, is to visualize. We bring attention in the heart, then in the crown, and then we visualize we shoot the energy up, and then up in the atmosphere. And then we're coming back down into the location, and then we imagine that we're here on top of the pyramid, and then we always create like a circle, hands in hands, and then we start shooting love from our heart, which create a collective Taurus field, and then we're gonna be creating a collective Merkaba, and then at that point we really start feeling our energy individually rising, right? It's like a boost for everyone. We become one heart. And I'm showing this image. This is how we send love from the heart, right? With a smile and then full on expansion. So that's it. Go come back into this video and practice, and slowly you're gonna develop your own model of all this. Thank you.